continue on this road for 3.1 miles.
Yo, man. This is one of the most ragged roads ever. This is rough. Let me see if I am bouncing like I'm on a trampoline. This is this is undescribable.
In 1.5 miles, turn left up Colonial Trail Scenic Byway, LA 6.
America's supposed to be so rich. And they have all these tore up roads that need to be rebuilt. Here we are. Some of you want to show off, and you go out and you buy a brand new car. You spend thousands and thousands of dollars for this brand new car, and you put a $75,000 truck on a $1.50 road. What sense do that make? And you wonder why your struts and your shocks all toe up. Your car don't even last 2 good years. It's all torn up, driving around on these potholes and these cracks and these buckles and all this. Oh, but they can spend a lot of money for drones and drop bombs on people. And we sit back in the cut, regardless of your race, as an American citizen.
Turn left on.
We actually sit back in the cut and talk about I'm a Democrat and I'm a Republican, while your ass driving on the road shaking you to death. You talk about all this voting that don't really mean nothing.
Quarter mile. Turn left on Colonial Trail Scenic Byway, LA 6.
Hey, what's up there, Zeal? It really don't mean anything. Because your lawmakers do not care anything about the citizens when it's all said and done. And you know it and I know it. Voting is just more feel-good crap for the citizens. The popular vote does not even elect the president, and they know it. But every year we go through this ritual. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. I'm going to vote for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or whoever. Your vote don't mean nothing. The popular vote means nothing in the presidential election. The forefathers, during their time, the majority of the population was ignorant. They were illiterates. And the forefathers did not believe that the citizens were smart enough, intelligent enough to choose a president. So they gave you the popular vote to give you the illusion of inclusion, like you're really doing something. But as we all know, it is the electoral college, the smarter people, the more intelligent people, they are the ones who's supposed to choose the president. And even really, the reality is, they don't even choose the president. It is the rich behind the scenes who got the money, who got the influence. That's the one who's gonna choose the president. So all of this is nothing but feel-good crap, nothing but an illusion. It's nothing but smoke and mirrors. And for those who want to get into that, that's your business. But don't come here and think that I want to participate in fantasy and fiction. Speaking of fantasy and fiction, the subject that we want to deal with real quick is, what is black? Is black a race or is black a people? We want to answer this question. Now, there are those who come to me trying to make mockery because I prefer to say that we who are the descendants of slaves born in America, having dark skin, melanated skin, with African or Aboriginal or other ancestry, I prefer to say and call us soul brothers and sisters. And so out of mockery, what is that? What is a soul brother? What is a soul sister? That ain't connected to nobody. That's some stuff you made up, blah, blah, blah. This is the reality. Everything you define, everything that you talk about is made up by somebody.
Warning.
I'm gonna say that again. Everything that is labeled, everything that you define is made up by somebody. So what? It is made up.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
It is made up and labeled, defined by those who are in control.
In 2 miles, take the entrance to the right on I-39
And if you are under the control of these people, then you accept their label. You accept what they define. That's why all over the world, even though we know that time did not start in 2019, we accept 2019 as a measurement of time because those who are dominant, those who are in control, those who have the greatest influence in the world, they say it's 2019. Even though we know that time, the recording of time, is longer than 2019. So everything that we speak about, we name, is made up by some damn body.
Speed warning.
The problem is, are you a follower or are you a creator? Our people, you want to make mockery of me, our people define themselves and label themselves as soul brothers and sisters. They done it. It did not come from the white man. It did not come from an African or a Chinese. Somewhere in time, they decided and called themselves soul brothers and sisters. So I'm going to start there. We created it. We can define what it is. An African or a white boy, Caucasian boy, or Chinese, nobody can define it except us because we are the creator.
In 0.2 miles, take the entrance to the right on I-49 North.
If you are not the creator, since you are not the creator, this is your first problem. Since you are not the creator of black, since you are not the creator of African, you are copying somebody else's label, then you have to go do your research. You have to go get the information. You have to do your research to understand what they mean by black, what they mean by Negro, what they mean by color. because you are not the creator. You are a victim of a creator. You are a follower. You bow down to the wisdom and the intelligence of another person. So you can laugh all you want to. I prefer to be the creator, not the follower. I am the one who names. I'm the one who labels.
For 62 miles.
I'm the one who creates. I don't have to go to a book and do any damn research. I don't have to go to a book, somebody else's book. I don't have to go to the white man or the pink man or the Asian man or nobody to define who the hell I am. But you are African, you are a black, you did not define these labels, so you have to go to them because they created these labels, these terms, in order so that you can understand what they are. And you don't even know what the hell it is, as we're going to discuss in these few minutes. You really don't even know what it is. And so since I'm a creator, that makes me a God. I'm a creator. You are a follower. You looking for somebody to serve. You looking for somebody to submit to, which makes you a slave. So in 2019, here I am. I want you to be God. And in 2019, you want to be a damn slave. That's the reason the one that takes things that are nothing and make them a something, and you are the ones waiting for your massa to put some food in your bowl. Because you're unable to create. You have no imagination. You have no creativity. You have nothing. You're just waiting for your mama and your papa and your God or alien, somebody to put something in your bowl. That's why you have to go to the library where they tell you lies. You have to go to the library where they tell you lies. They mix truth with falsehood and do your research and make up your own damn lie. So here we are. You are Black First. You are RBG Nation. All these things. You Kemetic. You are African. Whatever. You go by these labels that you did not create. You are not the creator. You're a follower. You submit to the creator. So you have to go to their library. You have to go to them and do your research. So if you're gonna be black, at least know what the hell it is. I'm black and I'm proud. You don't even know what the hell it is. I'm an African. You don't even know what the hell these things are. And you proud. I stand for my people. I love my people. Talking about the black people. You don't even know what black people are. Let's talk about it real quick. And go do your research and all that kind of good stuff. Go get the information. Go to your scholars, because even your scholars don't really explain these things. Now, is black a race or is it a people? You cannot be both. You cannot be both. Black is a species. Bird, there's a bird species. There is no bird species. Okay. Now, where was I before we mess around and have more technical difficulties? Bird is a species. Bird is an animal that describes a species or a race. There is no race. There is no species called bird. That's the race. Are you a robin? Are you a sparrow? Are you a hawk? What kind of bird are you talking about? Black is a race. Clearly it's a race. Because the people on the continent, you can be from Ghana, you're supposed to be black. You can be a Jamaican, you're supposed to be black. A Somalian, Ethiopian, and the list goes on and on. An Egyptian, you're supposed to be black. So black clearly is a race. So what are black people born in America? You cannot be black because black is a race. So what are we? Well, the cracker or the peckerwood told you what you was. You're a Negro and you colored and you part of that race. They told you what you are. You're a Negro. And he told you what you are. You colored people. That's what you are. Part of the black race. Now they also have the Negro race. See, the whole thing is confusing. Now colored people have never been considered a race. See, the whole thing is confusing. You really don't know what the hell black is. But you're proud of it. I want you to come in the comments and explain this to me. You cannot be both. Then we want to talk about biracial people. Biracial people ain't black. So what is black? Now, here you are. We want to talk about biracial people. But the black people in America, you are descendants of all kinds of various dark-skinned people, Aboriginal, African, or whatever. Then we were raped by the European. Then the breeding farms. Then the forced incest. There's a lot going on with us. But you want to talk like you're pure. You're talking from a position like you're pure. Black is not pure in America. We are not pure. You're talking like you're pure. So how can you talk about a biracial person when black itself is not pure? That's why the so-called black American, you have various skin tones, from the lightest of the light to the darkest of the dark. Big noses, skinny noses, big lips, thin lips, kinky hair, straight hair. You cannot take one black man, one black woman and say, this is what black people in America look like. It's impossible because of our incredible, extreme, mixed up genetic pool. There's no African people or no people on the planet that shows the variation of differences in a people than the so-called Negro in America. Nobody. So how can you be related to any of these folks like that? You're not. You're a hybrid mutation created by chattel slavery. Like Elijah Muhammad said, take it or let alone. That's the reality of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you have become just as racist in your mind as the Caucasian people. Now you want to be divisive. You want to be different. Those biracials, you don't want nothing to do with them. They are not black. During slavery, where they was created, many of them, the beginning, they would be considered slaves. They were raped, they were hung, they were tarred and feathered. Some of them got favoritism from the massa. But many of them was nothing but property. They were property. They were slaves. And the slaves accepted them. Had no problem with that. But here you are, you Hasididi now, and you got a problem with somebody who would have been just like a slave, just like yourself, who is a victim of racism just like yourself. Well, your next argument is going to be they use biracials to do this, and they use biracials to do that. Did you hear what you just said? You said they use biracials to do this. They are exploited. They are used to do whatever. Also, you can't blame somebody to try to use whatever they got to survive. So if you live in racism and you know that light skin, you have an advantage or you have a certain privilege, you're gonna use it. You're gonna blame them for that? There are women, because they know what kind of society they live in, they use their body to take advantage of their womanhood to try to get over on men, to survive, because men run the society. Men are the dominant, they are the power in the society. Races are the power in the society. So I'm gonna use my light skin, my advantage and my privilege to help me survive. You gonna blame them for that? It's not their choice, it's the environment that was created by races. We want to blame the victim for the position they was put in. They did not ask for this. She did not ask to be born a woman, to be put in an inferior disadvantage, living among crazy ass men. She got to do what she have to do for her to survive and for her children to survive, whatever's necessary. So now, we all Hasididi, and you talking like you pure and you're not. I don't give a damn. Look, as dark skinned as I am, it don't make any difference. I come from a people that was all, you're not African or whatever. Because if you was pure, you wouldn't be black. If you was pure. If you was pure, you wouldn't say African. You would say exactly what you are. I'm a Zulu. I'm an Ethiopian. I'm a pygmy. But you're not pure. So you speak in general terms. You don't specify. You want to live in La La Land and fantasy like you pure something. You're not pure. You're mixed up with all kinds of stuff. I don't give a damn what you look like. And you keep talking all that black stuff. And most of y'all are brown. You're not even dark brown. You're high yellow. And you brown. You're not even black at all. You're not even dark brown. But you so blackity black. So how the hell can you be black and you're not even dark brown? You brown and you high yellow. What African do you look like? Go get a picture. Go to Africa and tell me. Now see, somebody like me, I could get away with that mentality because I can go to the internet and I can blend in with some of these African people. The majority of y'all talking all that, I'm an African, I'm black stuff. You can't find no pictures of no African people that look like you. Where are these people at? I go, even people from the continent, don't run away, your blackity black ass. When you walk down the streets of America, especially when you come among people from the continent, how many of them say, "What African are you?" Happen to me all the time. American black people ask me, "Are you African?" People from the continent ask me if I'm African. How many times do they ask your Negro, high yellow, brown skinned ass, how many people ask you, "What African are you?" They don't. You don't look like them. You don't act like them. Because you're not them. That's the reality of it. So what is black? Put it in the comment section. Do your research. Get the information from your massa. From your massa. Because you didn't make those labels up. African and black are labels that come from races. The race concept was created solely by Europeans, and it did not come into existence until the late 1700s. And I want to say this in my conclusion. Y'all silly ass think that you know it all, smart folks. You bunch of functional illiterates. Let me say this in my conclusion. And you know this. The white man is the devil. Y'all say this a lot, don't you? The white man is the devil. I want to remind you of something. All white people, all European, Asian people was not considered white. They were not classified as white. People around the world did not classify themselves. They did not label themselves under race. They labeled themselves for their tribe. They labeled themselves and described themselves under the nation that they came from. They were not white. They were not Chinese. I mean, they were not Mongoloids, all this other race garbage. Red people, yellow people. Y'all act like you in kindergarten. Red people, yellow people, black people. Many of the immigrants from Europe that came here, they were not considered white. And you know this. All Caucasian people were not considered white. So when you said a white man is the devil, who the hell are you talking about? Because just recently, they consider most European Caucasians as white. They were not considered white. Also, when you talk about who is a racist, if you do your research and get the information, when they first defined a racist, they described it only as white people. Had nothing to do with somebody thinking they were superior over somebody else. It was described like it's supposed to be. And the only real races on the planet are white people. Like Malcolm said, we've been tricked, been bamboozled. And they should know who a racist is. White folks should know what black people are, because they made it up. You struggle because you didn't make it up. You're not a creator. You're a follower. You're a slave. So I would rather you laugh at me because I'm a soul brother. You can laugh all you want to. It don't bother me because I know a slave is doing the laughing. ain't nothing but a slave. I'm a creator. I have imagination. I have vision. In the movie Shaka Zulu, Shaka and the general got into it. And Shaka was talking to his other fellow soldiers. And they was like, you always you know, you always have a problem. You and the general always getting into it. And Shaka basically was saying because the general is stupid. And the soldiers said, well, we're nothing but soldiers. We just follow orders. You know, we're supposed to do what the general say. But Shaka said, yeah, we are just soldiers. We're supposed to follow orders. But the general is a leader. He's not a soldier. He's the one giving the orders. He's supposed to have an imagination when it comes to war. He's a leader. He's supposed to have vision. That's the difference between leadership and a soldier. Our leadership does not have vision. Our vision, our leadership has no creativity. Our leadership has no vision, no creativity, no imagination. That's why our leadership, the only thing they do is spoo what somebody else said, and they use the same labels, the same science, the same research that they got from their enemies, like you guys do. I'm black, I'm African. Labels that you did not even create. These labels was given to people after they was conquered. They did not go by these. They did not go by these labels. These labels was forced upon the world because the world was conquered. There's a new sheriff in town, and I call myself the white man. So now, for me, it's time for me to come into the room, and I want to tell this white man the same thing that he said a long time ago. There's a new sheriff in town, and he got sold. While you still want to keep playing the same race games that the Peckerwood put on you, forced on you. You black and you proud. You black first. And don't even really know what it is. And you're not even black. You brown and high yellow. Got you all caught up in race. Got you all caught up in race. Got you all caught up in race. And you just ignore your own humanity because you caught up in this race garbage, this trap that this pecker will put you in. So you talk about biracial, and you talk about people, and you don't even look at them as human beings. You look at them as some kind of property. You look at people as some non-living thing, the same way racists do. Here you are. We actually get angry at this lady, what's her name? Rochelle Dozell, whatever her name is. And you know, she's a Caucasian woman. She passed herself off as black or whatever. And you are angry. So what? She's a white woman. Happy to make her an honorary black person. Who gives a damn? But you're so caught up in that race trap. This woman even though she's Caucasian, her work was better than a lot of black folks that benefit black people. But you're so filled with hatred, copying your massa, you can't see the benefit in this woman. I'm not saying sleep with her. No, I'm not into that. I'm not saying sleep with her. I'm not talking about mixing with her. We can find another guy that's like her, and she can be, both of them can be honorary black people. But she's a benefit. You living in a situation where you have so-called black folks don't want to be black. They bleaching their skin, they cutting up their face. They don't want to be black. Wearing all these weaves, trying to look like Caucasian people. And you actually mad because somebody want to be black, and you got Negroes that's doing everything in their power to be Caucasian or something else other than black. You got a Caucasian person, somebody that want to be black, that actually want to help you. And you said, that's all right, I don't need your help. You need all the help you can get, you damn fool. I know for a fact, if I thought like some of you do, I would still be locked up. I would still be in the crazy house. Because it was Caucasian people that actually helped me get out from under my incarceration. It was black folks that was keeping me locked up. It was a black judge. It was a black judge that wanted to shoot me in the ass with these drugs. None of the Caucasian judges refused to give the order to shoot me in the ass. But this Negro, this black that y'all love, this African, he was happy to sign the order to shoot me in the ass with some drugs that we have no idea what these drugs are supposed to do. So I would suggest to you, you need to snap out of these delusions. You need to get out of these smoking mirrors that you caught up in. Malcolm X said that he wants freedom, liberation by any means necessary. Use anything that you can do. When you in a Bruce Lee said when you in a fight, the only thing you want to do is win. Bruce Lee said, I don't care if you have to bite, scratch, as long as you win the fight. Oh, we don't need to do this. We don't need to do that. You need to do whatever you need to do in order to win. That's why y'all a bunch of pathetic ass losers. Because you don't know how to fight. You don't know how to win. Oh, you can only throw a punch a certain way. Throw your punch any kind of way that you have to knock that sucker out. People who think like that are losers. Because as soon as somebody figure out what you're doing, then they will counter what you do and beat your ass. So all this big shot talk that these people do, I mean, they sound all hard. Kill the cracker. We need to do this. All that hollering and screaming at these pro-black, blackity-black RBG Nation. They have incredible, sound good rhetoric. But as you clearly see, it's not getting them nowhere. And if you want to keep going nowhere, you want to keep being on this hamster wheel, on this hamster treadmill, going round and round, this dog chasing his tail, going round and round in circles. 30 years from now, y'all gonna be doing the same thing. Black Power family, RBG Nation, saying the same loser ass stuff. Because you don't know how to fight. You're doing the same damn thing. By any means necessary. You really don't know what that means. You really don't know what it means. And you confused. You're a confused loser. What is black? Is it a people or a race? It can't be both. If it can be both, you explain it to me. Go to your massa, go do your research, put it in the comment section, send me an email, and explain this crap to me that you learned from your massa, because you did not create what black is. I have a video, because of copyright infringement, I can't. So, yeah, I have a video because of copyright infringement. It's the complete story of white supremacy. They are the ones who created it. And when you watch this video, they are the ones telling you what it's about. How the hell you gonna tell them that they are wrong? They tell exactly what a racist is, what white supremacy is, everything. Now how you gonna tell them they wrong? They are the ones that created it. You did. So do your research and you get your information. You explain to me, is black a race or a people? We need to know. And just for the fun of it, for those of you who claim that you are African, why don't you go and do a Google search and make a video and show what African you look like. I'm just curious. I want to know what African you look like. What African people on the continent that you look like. I'm just curious. I want to see. Most of you will never find that African person. Never. Because we're not African. We are a consequence and a result of chattel slavery. Your history started with slavery, whether you like it or not. You cannot prove otherwise. You have no evidence. You have no connection. You can't prove it. You can talk all you want. So on that note, let me get out of here. Thank you, Zia, for joining me in the chat room. And I could be wrong. Hey, I could be wrong. Teach me. Teach me. Hey, what's up, Allison? I want you to teach me. I could be wrong. I could be in error. Teach me. Common sense, logic, and reason tell me you won't be able to show me that I'm incorrect. You won't. It's about the truth or nothing at all. Whether that truth is good or bad. Truth hurts. Because we've been believing lies for such a long time. And we think that these lies or these half-truths with falsehood We think that it is the truth, but it's not. If you think that it's butter, it could be chiffon. I just want to know the truth, whether it hurts my feelings or not. You don't care nothing about the truth. You just want to feel good. Being an African or black or whatever silly stuff, some kind of God, king and queen or whatever silly mess you got in your head to make you feel good. And that's what it's about. Somebody come to you and make you feel good because you suffer from low self-esteem. I'm not just a slave. I'm not just a slave. I come from Egypt. I'm a god, I'm a king. Here you are talking that I'm a god, I come from Egypt and all this mess. But you act like a slave. And you move like a slave. You live with racists. You live with racists. You act like a slave. But you shame talking about my history didn't start with slavery. Hell, you act like a slave right now. You don't act like an Egyptian. You don't act free. You don't act like a god. You don't act like no king. You act like a damn slave. Nothing but feel-good rhetoric. That's all it is. You suffer from low self-esteem. Oh, you are so negative. When you show me positive, I will talk about it. And see, that's your problem. The reason why you talk about Kemet, the reason why you talk about ancient Ethiopia and all this past stuff is because you have not accomplished anything. You've not accomplished nothing. When you are able to accomplish something with your own hands, using your own brain, you're gonna stop bragging about what other people done. Because you have your own accomplishments. Michael Jackson is the greatest entertainer in the world. And Michael Jackson talk about how great James Brown, how great Elvis Presley was, how great Jackie Wilson. But Michael Jackson bragged and talk about his own work. And his own work surpassed all of them. Because he has his own to talk about. But Michael Jackson loved all these other artists. He loved James Brown. And guess what? James Brown said, I love you, Michael. James Brown was not jealous of Michael. James Brown was proud of Michael Jackson. Here you are, silly. You so damn silly. Don't you know if you did come from Egyptians and from all this greatness, they want you to be better than them. You cannot be better than them. Michael Jackson could not be better than James Brown trying to be James Brown. Do you understand? Michael Jackson could not be greater than Jackie Wilson being Jackie Wilson. Michael Jackson had to be himself. So in order for you to surpass
Speed limit reduced ahead.
ancient Kemet and all these great civilizations and kings and rulers that y'all love, you gotta stop trying to be like them and start loving yourself. Be yourself. Stop suffering from low self-esteem. It is not that bad being a so-called Negro in America. Do your research. Look at your own history that you know of for real in this country. Look at our great accomplishments our people have done. under oppression. Can you imagine what you can do once you get out from under this oppressor? You can do far greater than ancient Kemet or anybody on this planet. You just gotta have faith and love yourself. Stop believing in this fantasy stuff. Stop suffering from low self-esteem. Understand who you are and your potential. Use your brain. Stop depending on other folks. And learn how to develop yourself. Learn how to be a free man and woman instead of a damn slave. When you do your research and you get the information and your scholarship, you depend on other folks. Do your own thing. Stop depending on other people. You are great. We have not survived all this time just to be thrown in the trash. Unless that's where you want to be. So on that note, let me get out of here. I'm Angel Snub Nub 7. Thank you, Zeal. Thank you, Charleston, for joining me this morning. And maybe later on today, I have another subject I want to talk about. What was it? Oh yeah. Why black men? What was the subject I was going to talk about? Something about black men. Why black men fail to progress? Something like that. That's not the actual title I was thinking of. So, what's stopping black men from being the success they could be? That's what I want to talk about. Later on today, or maybe sometime tomorrow, according to how I feel what's going on. So on that note, let me get out of here. It's a nice day here. And you enjoy your day the best you can, living in racism. And I'll catch y'all on the flip. I'm Audie 5000, as Don Cornelius always say. I wish us love, peace, and soul.